Hello there, and welcome to my channel Novice Modelling and the Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and today I'm going to be doing you a quick what's in the box kit review of my Junkers JU-86 E1/E2. Now this is part of a little series that I'm doing following a recent £600 eBay model haul that I took delivery of, which there's a video up for. We've done a couple of videos of viewer requests where people have got in touch with me and asked me to do a what's in the box. So today I'm going to do this one. I'm also going to be doing this Hella Potez 6311. I'm also going to be doing this ITALAERI Fiat BR20 Sicogna. I think that's how you say it. So anyway, let's cut to the chase and we'll get this one done. As you can see, this is a vintage kit. I've had a look on ScaleMates, which is a website that I get a lot of information off when kits were built. And the original moulding for this was produced by ITALAERI in 1973. The box art for this particular kit indicates it was probably produced around about 1976. So that is when this one originates from. It's, you know, so obviously it's almost as old, it is as old as me. Basically, I was born in 1976, so I'm 47. So it's 47 years old. It's still actually in production. You can actually occasionally get these from ITALAERI. I think the last production date was about 5 years ago. So you can get slightly more updated versions with newer decals, but it does appear that there's been no significant retooling in the intervening 40 odd years. So basically the model you get now is pretty much the same as the model you got back then. So anyway, let's get this box art out of the way. And as per usual, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a quick read through of the instruction sheet, or the information on the instruction sheet, which gives us a bit of a history about this rather interesting twin tail plane, which I do kind of like twin tails. So here we go, the Junkers JU-86 E2. The series mechanical shortcomings of the diesel UMO 205 engines, which powered the Junkers JU-86 A to D versions, compelled the Junkers firm to adopt more reliable radial engines. In 1936, therefore, less than 2 years from the prototype's initial production, the E1 and E2 versions were fitted with BMW 132 F and N radial engines. The export bomber and commercial transport variants were indicated with the suffix letter K and Z, respectively, and were often fitted with radial engines of different production. The adoption of more powerful radial engines, if improving the mechanical shortcomings, did not improve the aircraft performance, which was affected by the heavier fuel load necessary to keep its range unaltered, as well as by the drag from the engine fairings. For the rest, the Junkers JU-86 E2 was almost similar to its previous versions, with their common qualities and faults, the latter being caused particularly by the contemporary production of the civil and military versions from the same basic design. Its profile was angular, its large, low wings were fitted with the typical three-section Junkers tabs and retractable undercarriage, and the fixed tail wheel being still retained as well. Even unchanged and inadequate was the defensive armament, consisting of 3 MG17 or 3 7.9mm Lewis machine guns in the frontal, the dorsal and the semi-retractable ventral position. Bomb load was up to 800 kilograms, the bombs being hung tail down in the fuselage. The Junkers JU-86 was assigned to training duties during World War II, and at the end of 1942 it was action as a transport plane, when the Luftwaffe needed any flyable aircraft to supply the German troops besieged at Stalingrad. A derivative of the JU-86E version was the Junkers JU-86G, fitted with a larger cockpit and modified nose glass of improved design to increase visibility for the pilot and bomb aimer gunner. A certain number of such aircraft took part in the Polish campaign in 1939. The Junkers JU-86Es were supplied to different nations, among which Sweden and Hungary, which employed them for operations on the Russian front, and to South Africa. So there we go, let's have a quick look in the box, and we'll just have a quick review of the instruction sheet, which is nicely faded. So So here we go, we have the sprue diagrams, and as you can see we're going to go straight in on window 1, and we're going to apparently attach 52 different pieces in one section, so it's quite intense in these windows. They could do with being slightly broken down into a few more, in my opinion, certainly from a novice's perspective. As we can see, window 2 we're actually doing parts 53 to 82, so we've got another 30 parts to include here. And then part 3 and part 4 we're just basically putting the flaps on and putting the tail on. On the rear we have a painting diagram. This one is for Stalingrad of 1942, and we can see the regular German splinter pattern going on here, and we can see it in a black and white photograph on here. We also have a different painting diagram for New Brackenburg 1940. Not exactly sure what that is. So let's have a look at these 47-year-old transfers, which you can see are slightly discoloured. I am told that by leaving these in strong sunlight you can actually reduce the discoloration by bleaching, so we'll probably have to give that a go. You do get a rather nice stand with this. There's the base. Unfortunately here it is here. That's the arm section for supporting it, and we also get the glass sections as well, which, typical as per 1970s, are not as good as modern ones and do appear to be a little cloudy. That may be something to do with age at the end of the day, because this has been knocking around for 40 odd years unloved. The main sprue, as we can see, has got the main section of the plane and the 2 wings. There is some scratches on here, which is obviously from sort of transit damage with it being rattled around for so long. We have got some generally raised panel lines on this. They're not indented. You can actually feel them highlighted against your finger, and the same on the fuselage as well. There is some detail on the tail. So yeah, it's not great, but I mean it's 47 years old, 40 to 47 years old, so it's not perfect, but you know, I'm sure it's going to look quite nice when we get it painted up in the splinter pattern. Let's pop that one out of the way. And here's the second sprue, and we can see we've got the wheels. The wheels have got some quite nice detail on them. We've got a couple of propellers that are just hanging on for dear life on the sprue. We've got the engine housings here. We do actually get 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get between 3 and 5 figures to put in this. I'm saying 5 because we've got 5. Oh, we've got 4 different sets of arms. So oh yeah, we've got some seating figures here. So we've actually got 4 figures, which is nice. We can see we've got some detail here on the flaps, which is also nice. There's our Lewis machine guns by the look at them there. They're not particularly well detailed. There is some detail on the engines though, which is okay. Some of the parts do seem to be sort of quite chunky. Maybe they're out of scale, I'm not quite sure. Obviously with older models this can be a problem, I think I have heard. Here we can see the drop down chutes for the bombs that they were talking about in the instruction manual. Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. It's quite a large plane at the end of the day. Now, I mean, I paid £20 for this, and because I bought a few models from this particular guy, I got free postage. So I'm not quite sure how much the modern equivalent is, but I'm probably guessing it's going to be more than 20. So I think I got a reasonably good deal, considering it's probably basically exactly the same set of sprues you're going to get with the replacement. Obviously, you're going to get a better set of decals than what I've ended up with. So yeah, that's not too bad. I'm quite happy with it. Apparently a few people have built this and have got in touch with me and saying it's a bit of a nightmare for fit. I'm not probably going to build it anytime soon. I just saw it, I kind of liked it, thought it looked kind of interesting. I'm no expert on these matters, but it was a plane that I wasn't particularly familiar with. In fact, I've never seen it before, so I thought, well, I might have that. Yeah, so there we go. So I'm just going to pop that one out of the way. Like I said, I'm going to do a couple more videos, but we did a few more videos the other day. We did the Henschel HS123, the MiG-3, a modern Savoy Machete Sparviero by ITALAERI. And we also did our rather awesome Revel Arado ARE 55.5. So they're all up at the moment, as is the £600 kit haul that I bought. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video and a little insight into a 47-year-old vintage model, which is the same age as a vintage novice model at myself. I hope you enjoyed the video. Questions and suggestions are always welcome. Like I said, this demonstrates that I am quite keen to engage with you guys, and you know, I do actually have about 3 or 4 model hauls online at the moment if you wanted to have a look at my other videos. So if there's any in there or in this particular video that we're talking about that you'd like to have a quick review on, just drop us a line and I'll see what I can do. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe, as I said before. Be seeing you.